Okay. Now, once launches in March, and once we get there, the instruments, what?
We're gonna pick our two instruments and put them down on the ground.
Yeah.
So we have a seismometer and the mole. The seismometer will detect Mars quakes and meteorite impacts.
Right.
And that'll help tell us about the planetary structure of Mars.
That's what these strips are?
These strips are just our electronic cables to send data and power to each of the instruments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This one's a mole. It's going to burrow down into the ground about 15 feet.
Wow.
To detect the heat coming from the core of Mars.
Oh, wow. And how many instruments are on this sucker?
We have three main instruments: the seismometer, the mole, and then a suite of instruments that are environmental. So we're doing wind, direction and speed, pressure, magnetic field. We have another investigation called RISE that uses our antennas to sense the wobble of the planet. And that tells us about the density variation around Mars.
Wow. Does it have any cameras?
There's two cameras. One on the forearm of the arm.
Yeah.
Kind of see it on that tube there.
Right.
And then one under the deck of the lander. So the one under the deck is kind of a wide field of view.
Oh, I
You
see
can see
it.
almost the whole workspace or the area in front of the lander that we can put the instruments.
Wow.
This one's slightly narrower. It's about 45 degrees. We can use that for a close-up look at the ground in each instrument.
Yeah.
They're very similar. They're actually flight spare cameras from previous missions.
Yeah.
But they're colorized, so the previous versions were black and white, but these cameras are colored.
Yeah. So how long is the mission supposed to
It's
last?
about 2 years, two Earth years, 1 Mars year.
Yeah.
It'll take us about 2 months to get the instruments down on the ground,
Right.
and then they'll take data for about 2 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, pretty excited.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can imagine. Is this the first mission you've been here involved with, or?
I spent about 7 years working on Curiosity. And then
Curiosity. Oh, yeah.
It's my second one.
Yeah. And that's still going.
Still going strong.
Yep. One thing about the JPL missions, they usually last longer than they expect.
Yeah.
Equipment and so forth.
Try to do our job well.
Yeah. I remember back in my time, the only mission we lost was a spacecraft that was being sent to Venus, and at the time we used computer cards, IBM cards. You know what those were? And they had 2 million. So load the program in. They had to punch up 2 million IBM computer cards, and then one of the cards, about 500,000 cards in, instead of putting a plus sign, they put a dash sign, and that told the spacecraft to turn left instead of turn right. And so when it came time for the course maneuver, the scientists expected it to turn right, so they planned all their instruments to pick it up when it was after it turned right. Well, it turned left, and they never found it again.
Oh no, that's awful.
Took a wiped out $2 million. At that time, it was about a $200 million mission. Went down the tubes, But that was back then.
Well, we do enough testing to avoid an error like that.
Yeah.
So this one will just stay put on one spot.
It's a stationary lander, so you see it's like